Hello, it's April from Banana Moon Studio. I am going to share a video with you today. I've been working on a project. This is a scarf that I've been working on as a design project, and probably in the next week or so I'll have the free pattern up on my blog. But today I'm working on weaving in the ends, and so I thought I would show you what I'm working on. This yarn that I'm working with in this scarf is it's called Lace Luxe. It's by Lana Grossa yarn, which is distributed by Trendsetter Yarns, but I think actually this yarn has been discontinued, so sadly you won't be able to get it. But I will also be using today a yarn needle or a tapestry needle, which these are pretty easy to find in craft stores, yarn stores, or you can order them online. And I'll be using a pair of scissors. So I'm going to turn around the camera and show you how this is done. Just as you are working on weaving in ends in your project, you're going to want to make sure that you're working on the wrong side, or the back side of the fabric, the one that's not really meant to show. And so I've got a few ends here I need to weave in. Because this is a multicolored project, it's a plaid scarf, I'm going to want to weave the ends in a block of color that's the same as the ends. So this pink end will be woven into this pink block, or this one. The purple, I guess I don't have a purple end here, but this silver colored one needs to be woven into the silver colored block here. So I'm just going to work on weaving in these ends, and you can see how I'm doing that. Your way of exactly weaving into the stitches is going to depend a little bit on what stitch pattern you're working in, but I'll show you how this is done. This pattern is made in what we call V-stitch, which is 2 double crochet stitches together, and then on top of that 2 double crochet stitches worked into the space between those stitches. So I'm just going to show you how I'll weave in the ends in this particular stitch pattern. There's a little knot there, so I'm going to cut that off. If you'll kind of fold your yarn over so you have a little loop here between your fingers, then you can get the yarn into your yarn needle more easily than trying to stick the end of the yarn through the eye of the needle. You want to try to weave this in a way that you're not going to, so that the end is not going to show on the other side of your fabric. So just working into the strands of yarn that are along the backs of your stitches. There's not an exact, this is not an exact science. There's not an exactly right place to put this needle through. You just want to do it in a way that your end is going to stay in securely and that it's not going to show on the right side of the fabric. Once you've woven it in a ways, pull it through. What you don't want to do is have your fabric squinched up on that end. You don't want to let it gather. So make sure that you kind of stretch the fabric out as you're working so that it doesn't get gathered up on the end that you're weaving in. Oops, it came out of my yarn needle. I'm going to put that back in. Alright, so when you're weaving in ends, one thing that can be helpful is to go back and forth in different directions. And so now I'm going to weave this in going back the way that I came, and that's going to help it be more secure. Pull that through, Okay, and then this little bit left here, I can just trim that off. And that's how it's done. Now the end is woven in. You can see it a little bit on this side, but on this side of the square, it's woven in somewhere around here and you can't see it. So that's what you want to accomplish, is to have it woven in. And that is how you weave in the ends. I hope that you will do me a favor and like this video and subscribe to my channel and check the description box for links. Once I have this pattern up on my blog, I'll have a link to it in the description box so that you can find it. And then also in the description box there's a link for where you can sign up for my newsletter, and you'll get 2 free patterns emailed to you when you do that. Thanks so much.